Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the motherboard and the parts that you picked. So I've been keeping an eye out on the parts, but I haven't really been reading into it because I wanted to be a surprise when I go through it to see like what people suggested and what they recommended and stuff like that. So let's get into it. We're going to be looking at the parts that you guys suggested. We're going to be picking a motherboard today, and then that's going to lead on to the next part, which is probably going to be the CPU. So over to the screen. Alright, so let's get into the comments. So I'm going to filter by top comments, but I will go through them all. So the top comment is Daniel Ricker. I think the MSI MPG Z790 carbon looks sick. Has DDR5 support, which I think is good for future proofing. Really like the concept of the channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, man. So let's have a look at what he's picked. All right, let's Google search this. First one that comes up. We'll go off PC Case Gear. That's a pretty good company to buy from down here. All right, so this is $769 straight out of the budget. So let's go through it quickly. Supports 13th gen processors. RGA 700 socket, that's good. Up to 4 DDR5. PCIe 5.0, 4.0, and 3.0 compatibility, 5 M5 slots, 6 SATA ports. Jesus, it's got a lot of ports going on in this. All right, this looks like a nice. It's optimized for water cooling. That's good for like later on. I eventually want to get into like custom, like real crazy builds. So that's a good thing to have. All right, well, we got Lightning, USB-C. Nope. Yes. Yes. All right, so overall, it's a nice looking motherboard, but so does that mean we're going with an Intel processor? Go back to the comments. So, all right, so basically he's gone with a Intel compatible motherboard. So if we're going to stick with an Intel, but then we've also got other comments that have got 2 likes as well. So this is like a battle out. So in my opinion, the Asus B670 and some of the people used it had some zero errors, incredible. I did have a little look at this motherboard. I think he means 760, because I'm pretty sure if I'm looked at it right or wrong, I could be wrong here, so correct me. But I'm pretty sure the 760 or the 670, sorry, is a bit of an older motherboard. So correct me if I'm wrong. The Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero would be an amazing motherboard for what I'll be doing. It's one amazing one. It'd be great for this build. I'd love to win this. Yep. All right. Beautiful. So they're the top comments. But if they just been commented by, like, I wish you could see like who liked them. Like, because I know a lot of people would have just commented and liked their own comments. But anyway, so out of these 3 motherboards, what could we go with? So this one's an expansive. Is that okay? Oh, we're just going to stick off PC Case Gear for now, but that's $1,000 just straight off the motherboard. Like, remember guys, this is a $5,000 build. So anything that is above that, I mean, we got to like keep it in that budget for this first build. You know what I mean? Like, obviously as we progress, we're going to up the budget and just keep going up and up. And because we're from Australia, everything costs a little bit more than what it would in the States. So like a 5,000 build in the States is like equivalent to like a $7,000 build down here. So just keep that in mind when you're watching the videos. So I did look at this. I think this was in our last video. Yes, it was. And this is an absolute beast of a motherboard. I think I had the wrong price in the last video because of it was just set up in the wrong prices or something like that. But I did go over it again. So that's $10,029. Oh, sorry. Well, $1,029. So good. Well, I can't go off the reviews. I know it's a good motherboard. Like Asus. Come on, who doesn't love an Asus? All right. So they're our 2 main motherboards we're going to be looking at going off. So we've got the MSI MPG Z790 and the Asus ROG Maximus 790 Hero motherboard. So now I don't know how to do this. If I'm going to pick which one I think is best, if it's a draw or we're going to go to an anonymous, not anonymous, but we'll go to like a poll. I don't think we've got an audience big enough to go to a poll. Like, we're sitting on 53 subscribers, so I don't think we're big enough to hit a poll yet. If we had a few thousand, I think it makes more sense because it'll show up more to everyone. So I think off this one, I'm going to make the pick. And as much as I love the Asus Maximus Z790, I just think it's a big price difference. Like, you're saving almost $300 with their MSI MPG 790 Carbon. So for this build, we're going to select the MSI MPG Z790 Carbon, and obviously that means we're going to be going with an Intel processor. So in this video, guys, we need you to select which Intel processor you would like. All right, so if you want an i5, i7, I don't even know if they've got i3s anymore, but i7 or i9. In my build, I've got an i9. So I just went with the highest option, but I did sacrifice a little bit on the cost of the motherboard. And instead of getting a RTX 490, I went with a 480. But with the 480, I'm still getting 120 frames per second on Modern Warfare 2, playing in full 4K. The screen that I've got is an LG C2 42-inch TV. So I play like full HDR, full 4K, everything on ultra max, everything, and I still get 120 frames per second. Barely any, like, if it's lag, it's normally server lag. It's not due to my computer failing, and it's running at about 70% capacity with just that running. So I feel like that's pretty good. Like, I've had no issues. All right, guys, now we've selected our motherboard. It's time to look at the CPU. So obviously we've got to go with an Intel, just given the motherboard that we've picked. So we've either got an i9, i7 or an i5. They've all got their pros and cons. Obviously the i9's the highest and the fastest and costs the most. That digs into the budget. So you've really just got to decide now, all right, we've got our motherboard. Where do we want to go with this build? I want it to be kind of like an all-round build where it can be good for like streaming, gaming, and like editing and stuff like that, which is the majority of what people are doing now these days. So kind of think about where you want this to fit. Like, I know an i7 is capable, an i5 might be a bit too low end. You might run into issues later on with an i5, I reckon, just given like the parts that are coming out these days. So I recommend an i7 or an i9. But that's personal preference. Remember, this is all up to you guys. I'm just giving my opinion and you guys just run with it. So remember to leave a comment below on what processor you guys want. Alright guys, so there you have it. We've picked our motherboard now, so now it's time to pick our CPU. So the CPU is a really important part. This is like the brain of the motherboard. So this is what goes into it. Then we'll worry about cooling and graphics and all that sort of stuff. So we've still got a bit to go. So try not to go overboard. I was like the dividing vote on this one. Like I said, as we get bigger, we're going to be doing we'll go to a poll and then vote on those two motherboards, so to speak. So just remember, comment below what CPU you guys want. Alright, thanks for watching. Once again, I'll see you soon. Oh, just before we go, if you stayed this far, like, let's just quickly talk schedule. So like, I'm trying to upload Mondays. Unfortunately, it doesn't always get to be that way because of work. Last weekend I wanted to make a video, but I had a wedding, so I couldn't make a video then. So sorry about that. So this video is coming out on Monday, Easter Monday, which is tomorrow because I'm making this on a Sunday. I wanted to give extra time for the comments to come through. Appreciate the support so far. And don't forget to subscribe. You got to be a subscriber to win. Also, I'm gonna start doing like an incentive to like give away something to the people who get the most likes on their best suggestion. So give me an idea of what I should give away to the people who, you know, get the most likes for giving a good opinion. Remember, you can be all around the world giving it your opinion. Like, it doesn't have to just be in Australia. This is just First Computers Australia only. I want to give away something that is also able to go around. So I'm thinking maybe like an Amazon gift card, like $25 or something like that. So let me know, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.